Hello, and welcome to day 2 of recapping a Marvel movie every day leading up to Doomsday. We're talking about The Incredible Hulk. The story of The Incredible Hulk begins in the open credits, where we see Bruce Banner transform into the raging green monster known as the Hulk, due to a science experiment that left him with a huge amount of gamma radiation in his blood. Because he turned into the Hulk, he went and killed a whole bunch of people in the lab, but it wasn't really his fault. However, he had to run from the US government because they considered him a living weapon of something that they owned. Because of this, we meet Bruce Banner in Brazil, which is where he's hiding out, learning to gather his emotions, control his anger, and really just fix a lot of himself. Really mainly just to hide from the US government in any way, shape, or form possible. However, because of a factory accident that left someone getting gamma poisoning, the US government is able to trace him to a factory in Brazil where he works. Because of this, they track him down, and in the middle of the confrontation, Bruce turns into the Hulk, kills a whole bunch of these US soldiers, and then runs. We meet General Ross because of this. General Ross is on the manhunt for Bruce. Bruce runs back to the United States in order to meet up with someone who said that he would help him get to the point where he could remove the Hulk disease from his body. However, it doesn't go that smoothly. Because of the fact that he was running, he ended up going straight back to the college where he used to work, where he meets Betty Ross, who actually is the daughter of Thunderbolt Ross, the guy who is chasing Bruce. They trace him to the college, and it's a big fight scene. They also got the help of a UK soldier named Emil Blonsky. Emil Blonsky, they give a certain form of the super soldier serum, which we know from Captain America makes them super strong, but he wasn't exactly as pure as Steve was. Hulk still diffs him, they still win. Hulk runs far away along with Betty Ross, and Emil Blonsky is left with a lot of rage because of it. We get a close-up scene of Betty and Bruce, and we learn more about them. Betty's cheating on her boyfriend to be with Bruce during this point, and there's a whole bunch of things that happen that really detail out their relationship. They run to someone named Mr. Blue, who is a scientist that will help remove the Hulk disease from Bruce's body. However, in the middle of it, they think that they got it out, but they're not completely sure. However, Ross traces him to them. Emil Blonsky runs in, and still with the super soldier serum, which amplifies his anger, he wants desperately to be like Bruce, as strong as him, so that he can beat him. During the injection process, Emil Blonsky becomes the Abomination, which is another form of the gamma-turned energy, and Mr. Blue gets a little gamma radiation in a cut on his forehead. That isn't really going to be important until way later in the MCU, but we still need to know it. Even though the US government arrested Bruce, Bruce is the only one who can deal with the Abomination. So we get a big fight scene where Hulk fights Abomination, and Abomination is winning for a lot. However, Bruce does overcome him, firmly puts away the Abomination, and then he also runs. And the only thing we get at the end of the movie with him is something showing that he may have learned to control his powers a lot better, but we're not sure. There is a post-credit scene, and this one is Tony Stark going to meet with Ross, who is in a bar drinking away his pain. Him and Betty aren't on the best terms, and Tony Stark asks him about the Hulk because he wants him to also join the Avengers initiative. Again, this is day 2 of my Marvel recap. If you want to follow along and learn more and recap every single Marvel movie with me, I'm going to be doing this up until Doomsday. Please follow, like, share, comment, everything. I'm really excited. I hope you join me on this journey.